So it's 9 years down the line and there's still no accountability for the lives of 44 people who lost their lives in Marikana in the northwest province. Some political parties are still putting the blame on President Cyril Ramaphosa's doorstep, who was at the time a shareholder of Lonmin. The Counsel for Injured and Arrested Persons alleged that Ramaphosa was the cause of the massacre. But the Farlam Commission found the accusations against him were groundless. Now recently, former National Police Commissioner Riah Phiyega lost a court bid to set aside the findings of the Marikana Commission.
Gone but not forgotten. Almost 10 years after 34 miners were killed by the police and a further 10 lives were claimed by the violence that preceded the Marikana Massacre, the families of the victims are still struggling to come to terms with their passing, and what's worse is that to date no one has been held accountable. But could their cries soon be heard? The High Court in Pretoria dismissed Riah Phiyega's court bid to set aside the findings of the Marikana Commission. The Socio-Economic Rights Institute are now calling for Phiyega to be prosecuted. The former police commissioner was suspended in October 2015 and remained on full pay until her term of office came to an end in May 2017. Following the release of the Farlam Commission, then President Jacob Zuma established an inquiry to investigate Phiyega's fitness to hold office, of which it later found that she was not.
We all forget that the police, who are trusted to serve and protect, are the reasons why we are here. And I think for General Phiyega, who was the leader of the SABC, she has to account for that, and she has to tell us why today she feels that she shouldn't be held accountable for that. She must tell us why she didn't insist that every person who discharged their firearm on the 16th doesn't give a full and detailed account of why they did that.
A day after the killings, then President Jacob Zuma appointed a commission of inquiry to investigate the incident. The following week, the commission was instituted and retired Judge Ian Farlam was appointed to chair it. The commission was tasked to investigate matters of public, national and international concern arising out of the tragic incidents at Lonmin mine. President Cyril Ramaphosa apologized for the Marikana shootings but denied any involvement.
My role was to try and stop further deaths from happening. Some of the workers had been hacked to death and their eyes gouged out, their hearts ripped out. And that horrified me. And yes, I may well have used unfortunate language in the messages that I sent out, and for which I have apologized, and for which I do apologize.
Political parties like the EFF and UDM remain highly critical of government's handling of the massacre.
The democratic government itself repeated what old apartheid government did when it massacred many people of this country. To make things worse, the ruling party has refused to apologize, let alone taking responsibility.
Those were at the center of the violence that was meted upon our people now lead this country without any consequences. Till this day, there's not been a single arrest for the murder of the 34 mine workers. To this day, those who were at the forefront of unleashing war, blood, and utter and despicable massacre on our people continue to be paid salaries, continue to live freely.
Almost a decade later, all the families want is an apology. When addressing thousands of crowds at the funeral of the late struggle stalwart, Mama Winnie Madikizela Mandela, President Cyril Ramaphosa vowed to go to Marikana with EFF leader Julius Malema. Something that has not happened. Natasha Piri, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Well, as